Well, welcome to another episode of Midweek with the Mills. And today we have Alan Long. Alan, what's your role here at the church?
Well, my role here is primarily as a first and second grade teacher. I'm also director of the Sunday school sessions. And we've got a lot of great people that have volunteered this year to come in and just be passionate about teaching the kids the Word of God.
It really is a team effort that happens around here. There's no way that we could teach these students and these kids without the help of all of our Sunday school teachers. So if they never hear this, now it's public on YouTube. Thank you.
Oh, no.
So specifically, we've been talking about we've talked with Maria so we can kind of get a preschool perspective of what's happening with the Gospel Project. Obviously, I get to talk about the youth side of the Gospel Project on a regular basis, and what we've been missing is kind of that middle section, kind of that first grade to sixth grade area that I don't see what's going on a Sunday morning, and so the only way for me to know is to bring you here to tell everybody. So how does the Gospel Project look up in your area?
Well, the Gospel Project is familiar with everybody because we're keeping that same lesson each week, and in each group we've had the same lesson, and it's really kind of a fantastic tool to keep the families all in that same lesson. So not much of a difference.
So you've got more than one kid at home, right?
I've got 2 kids at home, yes.
Has it been a little helpful to be able to talk about the same big idea at home?
It's a great way to reinforce when we have questions and when they have questions. It's really great for the children to talk to each other about it. It's really cool to hear Joseph talking to Elizabeth about what he learned, and it's kind of a nice way to let them kind of see that they've got the same thing and they're learning the same thing at the same time. So
yeah,
great.
That's great, and that's exactly what we're looking. One of the big benefits of what we're doing right now. So curriculum-wise, it looks a little different in your space. So how does kind of a Sunday morning go for one of the kids?
So for my class, a lot of the classes are a little bit different, but the material being pretty much the same. We have activity pages and we bring them in. We reinforce our big picture question for the section, and we also reinforce the verse that we're studying for that section. We tend to go back and study the verse previously as well because it never hurts to remember all that. And then we take time to go through, and we have our beautiful activity pages, and they get some wonderful coloring pages. And while they're coloring, we get to discuss that picture and that scene that's going on in there, and we talk about the story. This upcoming week, I think we're doing Last Supper, and we're getting ready to do the arrest of Jesus. Okay. And you'll see that all in your cards that we send out to the parents. It's got that same story, and it's really a great tool for us to be able to keep the kids there and say, this is where we're at, this is the story, and then they can go home and have that same story. Yeah. They can all talk about the Lord's Supper, and it's a fantastic way to talk to them about it. And they get a chance to have some fun activities. A couple weeks ago, we did the story of Lazarus.
Yeah. So you were showing me a picture of kids that were wrapped in toilet paper. How does that have anything to do with Lazarus? I thought it was just a story about Jesus calling out.
It was, and we had to reinforce that Lazarus was dead, and we were just going off the cues that once again the material has got some great activities planned out for the kids, and one of them was to wrap in toilet paper and see what it was like to be mummified. Well, mummified, yes.
It helps because that's not something that we would naturally do here in our today society. We bury people differently. Yes, and so to think that, and we joked a while back about that same lesson in the up in kids' church. We were teaching the kids, well, what would it look like to jump out of the tomb if you're all like stuck together? And so they were practicing wiggling out and jumping out as if they were wrapped up in toilet paper or rags. So so it's just a great way. So it looks like on your activity card there on that, at least on that page that I'm looking at, So if you're seeing these come home with you, it looks like you have kind of the general idea. So you've got your just a summary of the story, the key passage, the big picture question. That's the same information that looks real familiar because I'm emailing that out on Sunday mornings.
This looks exactly like what you're emailing.
So if we
texting out to everybody, and it's a good way for them to see it and know even before the child gets to Sunday school, this is what they're going to be talking about.
This is going to be what they're talking about. And so we just want to encourage parents, again, just to be involved with what your kids are learning. In the same way that you'd be involved with math, science, history at school, we want you to be involved with what's going on here at church. And so we want to make that as easy as possible, try to get you that information in multiple ways. Between things like the activity cards. I know youth are coming home with their actual books. And if nothing else, we've got those emails that are going out on Sunday mornings that have a summary of what's going on. And so just to provide some great resources for everyone to connect the story that we're talking about on Sunday mornings with the family. And so
Wonderful thing.
I appreciate what you do, Alan. If you are
the opportunity to do it,
and if you are looking to help with Sunday school, even if it's as a substitute, it's actually really easy these days to join in. We'll get your background checked and all that stuff, of course. But come talk to Alan. The material's ready to go. It's really easy to jump in for a week.
Quite easy. It's a real easy leader's guide. Comes with all the activities laid out for you, and it's a wonderful thing to be able to share the word with kids and have them take it and share it with their parents as well. So
it's actually fun to see their perspective on some of those things too, because they're looking at those things with fresh eyes and they ask questions that are unique.
They ask some unique questions. But it's good because it gives us an opportunity to reinforce what Christ did for us. So, and it's a great story for them.
That's great. Hey, thanks again for what you do. We want to say thank you for the teachers and thank you to the parents that are plugging into the spiritual life of their kids. So we just want to thank you guys and have another great week.
Thank you.